On Monday, I made some chicken and waffles for their main dish. If you are interested to see how I made the chicken and waffles, I will leave the video link in the description box below. I find that the best way to cut apart the waffles is by using a pair of scissors. Then using a serrated knife, you're going to carefully cut the waffle in half, just like this. I use a Belgian waffle maker because it makes a thicker waffle, perfect for a waffle sandwich, and now I'm just going to add a couple of chicken nuggets in between. For the fruits today, I will be giving them both honeydew and a cantaloupe. I just cut each melon in half, remove the seeds with a spoon, and using a melon baller, scoop out as many as I can. And if there's any melon left, I simply remove the skin, then I either blend it or freeze it for the next time that I make smoothies. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the cantaloupe. Am I the only one who confuses the names of these melons? I tend to want to call this one a honeydew because of the color, and the green one looks more like a cantaloupe. And I will be using our Planet Box lunchboxes today. Here we have the chicken and waffles, and of course you have to eat it with some maple syrup. And don't worry, I have a lid for that. Here we have some cherry tomatoes, and I'm just adding some food picks for a couple of them. And here I added some peanut butter into a Ziploc bag and cut a little bit of the tip. I'm going to squeeze out some on a celery stick, then add a couple of goldfish cracker pretzels right on top. I think these goldfish cracker pretzels taste really good with the peanut butter, but of course you can just use regular goldfish crackers. And it looks like I have enough room for another one. And now I'm just going to add the melons, alternating between the honeydew and the cantaloupe. And I'm going to add a little fork so they can pick it up easily. And for their treats, here I have a Smart Sweets peach rings. I'm just going to give them 2 of those, and here's their lunch for Monday. For their lunch on Tuesday, I'm going to start by adding 1 teaspoon of salt into some boiling water, then add about 1 cup of frozen edamame pods. I'm going to cook this for about 5 to 6 minutes, remove them from the water, and I like to add a pinch of flaky salt right on top. For the main dish, I am making teriyaki shrimp and broccoli. Start by adding a bit of oil into a hot wok. Add about 1 pound of shrimp and 1 cup of broccoli florets. Give it a toss. Then add about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of your favorite teriyaki sauce. We like the Soy Boy Very Teriyaki brand. Give this a quick toss, making sure that the shrimp and broccoli is coated with the teriyaki sauce. Depending on how large your shrimp is, this will cook for 6 to 8 minutes. For the fruit today, I have some pineapple slices, and as you can see, I am using a small round cutter to remove the core. Then I'm going to just cut it into smaller pieces like this. Today we are using the bento box, and I'm just going to add some rice and add the teriyaki shrimp and broccoli right on top. I'm doing both boxes at the same time today, and of course you can't forget that extra teriyaki sauce. I placed the edamame in a silicone liner, then I'm adding the pineapple. Here I have a box of seaweed, and I'm cutting them into half so it can fit in that section, and my kids will just share the box. For their treats today, I am going to give them a couple of chocolate covered pretzels, and I'm also going to add some food picks into the pineapple so they can pick it up easily, and I'm going to give them these chopsticks. I'm not sure they're gonna eat it with the chopsticks, but let's see. And here's their lunch for Tuesday. We had chili for dinner last night, so I'm going to give the leftovers for lunch today. So of course I'll be using our LUNCHBOX because it has a built-in thermos to keep the chili warm. I'm going to preheat the thermos by adding some hot water, cover it, then just set it to the side while we prep the rest of their lunch. So here we have some sugar snap peas, some mini cornbread muffins that I also made last night, and I'm adding some cheese that I've placed in a silicone liner. For their treat, I'm giving them this butterscotch pudding and strawberries for the fruits. I will add the video links for the cornbread muffins, butterscotch pudding, and the chili recipes in the description box below. By now, the thermos is nice and hot. I'm going to discard the water, and I'm going to go ahead and add their chili inside. So these thermos aren't very big in comparison to other thermos. They hold about 1 cup of food, and also they don't keep it as hot. They keep it warm, and my kids will eat it. They don't mind eating warm food, but some of you I know want your food to be a little hot, so be mindful of that when you use these LUNCHBOXes. And here's their lunch for Wednesday. Today I am packing a meatless meal for their lunch. I try to have at least 1 to 2 meatless lunches per week. I saw this wrap idea on Pinterest, so I thought I'd give it a try. Here I'm just cutting a green apple into small strips. You can of course use whatever apples that you like. Next, I'm going to spread some peanut butter on a whole wheat tortilla, then add the apples. I'm going to add some granola to give this that extra crunch, a drizzle of honey for the sweetness, and I'm going to roll it up very tightly and cut it in half, then use a food pick to hold it together. Today, I will be using our lunchbox. Here, I'm just adding our apple tortilla, and I'm also going to add this blueberry nousa. Unfortunately, the container does not fit in here, so I'm going to place it into a different container, and I have a lid for that. Into a silicone liner, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of hummus. I'm going to just spread it evenly at the bottom. Then I'm going to add some baby carrots. I did cut a little bit off the bottom so that it'll fit when I close the containers. I really like adding hummus to the bottom of their veggies like this, so now when they pick up the carrots, there's already hummus at the bottom without having to use an extra container for the hummus. For the fruit today, as you can see, I just cut a mandarin orange in half lengthwise, and I'm also adding some crackers and a Laughing Cow cheese. I'm putting a lid on that yogurt, and here's their meatless lunch for Thursday. On Friday, I am making a tortilla wrap for their main, and if you are familiar with the newest TikTok food trend, you'll know exactly what I'm about to do here. I am shredding a chicken breast that I cooked the previous day. You can also use a rotisserie chicken and just adding some enchilada sauce and mix it all up together. So here I have a flour tortilla, and I'm going to cut from the center down. So now you have 4 different sections. On the first section, I'm going to add some enchilada sauce and then some cheese on top. I'm adding the enchilada sauce so that when you fold the cheese won't go all over the place. And on another section, I'm going to add the chicken enchilada, and then I'm going to repeat the process by adding enchilada sauce with the cheese, then the chicken. And now here comes the famous folds. You're just going to fold the cheese over the chicken and repeat the process, and there you have it. And now I'm just going to melt some butter and heat the tortilla wraps. I know this is pretty much a fancy quesadillas, but it's just fun to make our foods this way. As you can see, I left this a little too long and it kind of burnt a little bit, but that's okay, it gives it character. For the fruits today, I am using a kiwi, a mango, and some raspberries. This is pretty much all the fruits that we have left in the house until a little later when I go to the store. But I ended up liking the color combination of this. You've got green, yellow, and red, and you have a beautiful mixed fruit salad. I am using our LUNCHBOX lunchboxes today, starting off with the fruits. As you can see, the colors are so pretty together. Now I'm adding some food picks so that they can pick it up easily. And next I'm going to add some mini bell peppers. And here comes the tortilla wraps. I'm adding some plantain chips to this. And now I'm just going to add enough chips to cover the empty surface. For their treats, I have some mini marshmallows, and I also have some Hershey's chocolate bars. I wish I had a graham crackers to kind of make this a DIY s'mores, but maybe next time. And here's their lunch for Friday. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time.